lives in a pineapple under the sea. SpongeBob SquarePants' reputation is pretty much at an all-time met. We're on season 15. The newest SpongeBob movie has more innuendo jokes in the trailer than Shrek did in its entire movie. I have no way of proving that. Don't fact-check me, please. The Sandy Cheeks movie was laughed off the internet, people tired quickly of talking about the Patrick Star show. Everyone is asking the same question. Why are they still going? I mean, yeah, it's a popular show, but is it worth putting out more and more when people seem to only watch and talk about the old stuff? Well, that lack of interest in anything past the first movie makes this video a hot take. Modern SpongeBob, some of it, not all, is a hidden gem. First of all, let's define when Modern SpongeBob starts for the purposes of this video. Modern SpongeBob has two different definitions depending on who you ask. It either starts at season 4 or it starts at season 9. I'm going to go with the latter definition. For my thoughts on season 4 to 8, kindly watch this video here. To start this video off, I will also address that Modern SpongeBob does not deserve completely unwavering support. Certain episodes absolutely stink, but for a lot of the same reasons that middle-era episodes stink. The gross-out humor is excessive, Patrick and SpongeBob are morons, Squidward gets tortured for no conceivable reason, etc. The modern episodes are at their worst when they are following middle-era SpongeBob's playbook. I'm going to give a season 9 example, but because I want to give good examples this episode, I'm going to choose an episode that is the opposite of what I just talked about. Patrick the Game is an episode where Patrick, SpongeBob, Sandy, and Squidward are playing a homemade board game together. Patrick is unsatisfied with the games available to him, so he makes his own. What makes this episode so great is that the group feels like, well, a group. Patrick's idiocy isn't overly harmful to anyone, and I dare say is toned down compared to many other episodes. SpongeBob is a lovable goof. Squidward, while grumpy, sits and plays the game of his own free will with some aggressive encouragement from Sandy, who takes on a sort of big sister-like role in this episode, keeping the group together as long as she needs to so Patrick can show off his new game. I love this take on these decades-old dynamics, and it continues in quite a few modern SpongeBob episodes. Another good dynamics episode is Out of the Picture in season 10. Maybe Mr. Krabs and Squidward wouldn't really be on the best of terms after Mr. Krabs tries to kill him for an increase of value on his purchased paintings, but even that was a fast-paced, funny back and forth that it's not really as bad of a concept as it sounds. The real highlight is how much Squidward and SpongeBob get along. If this was season 7 Squidward, he would have rebuffed SpongeBob to the bitter end, even if it meant certain disaster, and he wouldn't be unjustified in doing so, as SpongeBob would probably end up leading him into just that anyway. However, in Out of the Picture, SpongeBob bought one of Squidward's paintings, helped him out of the icy mountains, they partied together in Rock Bottom, and SpongeBob actually wants Squidward to win, instead of Mr. Krabs, when if this was season 6, he could very well have been his boss's yes man to the core, not understanding what was really going on. And may I add, this episode is actually funny.
So now that Squidward definitely 100% is gone for good, what a shame. What do you think of these here paintings?
Yes, modern SpongeBob is funny. Take the season 11 episode, The Checkup, for example. A nurse from the Bikini Bottom Health Department is doing a physical examination of the entire Krusty crew. SpongeBob and Squidward pass, but Mr. Krabs is too scared to get examined, so his employees have to give him the exam themselves without him catching on. Most of the episode is comprised of basic SpongeBob slapstick, but once again, no one is being tortured without reason. Squidward and SpongeBob get along, and has a funny, satisfying ending. Mr. Krabs catches on to the ruse, and they end up using Larry the Lobster as a stand-in for Mr. Krabs at the exam.
My name is Mr. Krabs, and I love money.
Yes, you said so several times during the examination.
And the season 12 episode, Bubble Bass's Tab, is even better. The introduction of new characters and the emphasizing of others that were only background characters before is really working for the show's benefit. In this episode, Bubble Bass has racked up so high of a tab at the Krusty Krab that he's banned from getting any more food from there unless he pays up. Krabs can tell this will not happen if he leaves the situation alone, so he sends Squidward and SpongeBob to follow Bubble Bass home. What follows is an adventure based off of an in-universe board game. Squidward actually getting to have fun, and slapsticky, nerdy action scenes. Bubble Bass and his mother do not always have the most mature presence, but you have to admit that when they have something comedic to say that doesn't involve jingling keys for toddlers, it is often legitimately funny.
May thy fat head be set upon by sea spiders and torn asunder, leaving only thine eyes to witness the humiliation.
Pretty good last words.
I could make an entire video on the episodes I like from season 13. It has so many episodes I want to gush about, like Say Aw, The Flower Pot, Delivery to Monster Island, The Goob Father. I especially want to highlight Swimming Fools, Big Top Flop, and the one I almost put in this video, There Will Be Grease.
Must be running low on grease.
Oh, well, it wasn't me who sold it as fire extinguisher recharging fluid.
All right, but I'm not the one who sold it as acne treatment to high schoolers.
The episode I'll actually talk about is Patrick the Mailman. Whoever wrote this episode is really good at writing gags and funny one-liners. In this episode, Patrick takes the mailman's job for the day and spends the day trying to use his one remaining brain cell to deliver the mail. He spends an entire sequence fighting to give a jury summons to Kevin the Cucumber, gives Old Man Walker a bunch of mail that isn't his out of pity, commits multiple cases of mail fraud. There are so many crimes being committed in this episode without even a second of realization. And these one-liners, you just have to be there.
You can't run from your civic duties!
Season 14's Momageddon is another episode for the cleverly written category. This episode is on Bring Your Mom to Work Day at the Krusty Krab. And Mama's SquarePants, Tentacles, and Krabs completely overhaul the place while their sons slack off in the basement while calling for snacks. The episode then comes to a natural conclusion with Bring Your Dad to Work Day, which brings everything full circle exactly the way you think it would. It's episodes like these that feel very in tune with modern-day satirical comedy trends as opposed to the episodes that are still clinging on to the nothingness plots and the exaggerated traits that we saw in seasons 6 to 8.
Mom! Breakfast!
And we'll end it off with season 15's Upward. Lady Upturn gets a jellyfish stuck on her head so she can't hear how awful Squidward's clarinet performance is and gives him a platform to play in front of hundreds of people. The jokes are solid, the lunacy is kept to a minimum, a new character is used in a way that fits perfectly, and at the end of the day, the Krusty crew has Squidward's back when the entire audience flees the room.
You there? Yes, you! I'm allowed to play my clarinet here. It's a free ocean, you know. I'm not stopping.
All of these examples lead to this ending. Why would I ever have the gall to say that modern SpongeBob is good? Don't I know that half of the episodes, at least, are uninspired, boring, gross, with nothing to praise other than the color grading? I do. And that's the biggest problem with this SpongeBob era, the inconsistency. We have super creative, funny, and sharply written episodes that show there are still people at the studio who care about this franchise enough to try. Whether it's a Snow White parody, a spoof on the concept of tonics that cure everything, Patrick pretending to be a grandpa until he actually believes it himself, or even something as simple as SpongeBob learning what life insurance is. The show is at its best when it's relying more on character dynamics and one-liners than gross-out gags, and Patrick being so dumb that you want to rip him out of the TV screen and put him in a padded room for his own safety. You'll notice that a lot of the episodes I specifically praised in this video are ones where Squidward and SpongeBob are more like weird brothers than Hunter and the Hunted. Is that concept nothing like seasons prior? True. But why would we want to remain faithful to the level of disdain between the two of seasons past when we didn't even like it back then? Incredibly toxic marriages are not comedy gold in comedic media anymore. Don't know why they ever were. So why not portray Plankton and Karen as a more realistic couple who loves each other but also knows exactly how to get under each other's skin from time to time? Why not use characters like Bubble Bass more often if it's clearly working? Why not make Sandy care more about SpongeBob and Patrick? They have a cute dynamic. They took the time to retcon everything to develop it in Camp Coral, so why not? I feel like a lot of SpongeBob fans have fallen into a bit of a rut. We can end up remaining so fiercely loyal to seasons 1 through the first movie that we don't allow anything that comes after to amuse us, and any departure from what the dynamics were like back then we consider sacrilege, even if they start to get stale. We can all agree something went horribly wrong in Middle Era. Some say it started in 4, some in 5. I usually say 5 is where it started and it peaked in 6 to 8. So why aren't we paying attention to and applauding the episodes that fix this? The last question is for the show itself. The reception of the new seasons isn't entirely the problem. Like I said earlier, a lot of the episodes stink so bad that they make me wish I could control my own memory and unwatch them. The show needs consistency. It's had 7 seasons to go back and forth. A writing style needs to be chosen and stuck to, or no one is going to keep paying attention. I would personally recommend not choosing the style that more closely resembles middle era. There is so much passion in these good episodes. Use that. Oh, and Nickelodeon, if you are watching, I'd like to pitch an episode. It's cool, I promise. Mr. Krabs wants to hide a fake formula in a treasure hunt fashion to get Plankton off his back for a few days, but the person he hires, Patrick or Pearl or whatever, accidentally hides the real one instead. So he sends SpongeBob with Plankton to throw him off the trail while he and Squidward go try to get it first. Of course, SpongeBob gets so absorbed in the thrill of the hunt that he forgets what they're looking for and just wants to find the treasure. I'll even write it for you. Welcome to Bikini.